So we are back with another review of Welcome to Plathville. It's the finale, and I'm going to go ahead and just say the series finale because there is nothing else for them to talk about this new season at all. Even mid-episode, I figured out this was the finale without even fact-checking it because Veronica is out of the picture. Olivia already said this is the last time she'll be on camera filming with this family. And old lady Lydia and her man, they're gone to Paris, so what is there to talk about? The three people that y'all bullied to make a season aren't going to be around anymore, so what more is there to talk about? So old lady Lydia and her man, they are off to their honeymoon, and they're just happy that they can kiss.
I'm with my wifey. My wife. I'm going to Europe with my wife.
And do some other stuff, which finally the producer asked the right question. The question that we all were wondering, which was, did y'all... They too busy over here trying to be all PC and religious, which I will give you your privacy. I will let you be the Christian old lady and old little man that you are. But he's too busy over here trying to say the right things that he's talking about some chemical connection.
How did the wedding night go? And did ya?
It was pure and beautiful.
It's such an intimate experience that there's soul ties that happen, like actual chemical connection when you have sex with your surroundings. And so,
Like
chemical connections.
chemical connections.
Did I say that? That was weird.
Yeah. That was so weird. I don't even remember what the question was.
And I'm like, sir, what? Y'all just need to be like, yeah, we did the deed and the deed was done. So they're just happy and in their own little world and just like, everyone was there for us, uplifting us. They must have just tuned out Ethan and Veronica, which most of us do anyway, which is probably why they said that. And Zach is like, yeah, I don't think there was any drama.
Very peaceful.
I didn't feel like there was any drama.
Little does he know, Micah got bop bop.
So I got a couple stitches last night.
And so we cut back to the Plath family farm, and they just yelling, and all we hear is, Isaac, did you hear that? Veronica want to be like Olivia. Do you want a woman that wants to be like Olivia?
That concludes it here, Micah. Your woman wants to be like Olivia. Do you want that?
I don't.
And Micah, of course, says, no, I don't want a woman that wants to be like Olivia. Yeah, no. The crazy thing is, Veronica doesn't want to be like Olivia. She's just using Olivia's name to trigger the family. Everything she's doing is the opposite. And not even saying Olivia comes in peace and all this, that, and the other. But the number one thing is, Olivia knows how to stand on business. And that's one thing you don't know how to do, which is why you always run into the woods and the bushes, which, girl... I hate to say it, but Ethan ate you up with that little cow comment.
Why did you come here?
To support Micah and Lydia.
Okay, well, you have done none of that. The cows didn't need your damn support. They're fat enough as they are. That's all you did is hang out there in the mud feeding cows because you burned every relationship with everyone here.
Girl, this is why you gotta go, because the fact that Kim and Ethan are sitting here eating you up and shading you to where I'm laughing, you gotta go, because I don't want to give them any accolades, but that did make me laugh.
The cows didn't need your damn support.
So Micah's like, I don't want anyone that's out here trying to find dirt on my family. But the thing is, we don't have to go searching for dirt on your family. Y'all create the dirt. Y'all are dirt. However, they're talking about Tegan, and Tegan isn't even family. And given what we know now, she's not even dating Ethan now, allegedly. So it's like, But then Veronica is over here talking about, well, sorry, they were clickbait articles, and that's what I saw.
There's certain things that I might be wrong about, yes. I'm a human.
You're not apologizing. Why
I don't-
You're not finding Tegan's OnlyFans, which you've lied about.
It might just be clickbait articles, but I don't trust it.
So how can you find a clickbait article and accuse her of having it when it's just clickbait?
Yes, because we're on our way to therapy for him cheating, and he cheats, and I was worried that he would cheat on me with you.
If you know they are clickbait articles with no factual evidence, why are you using that as your ammo to go after Tegan? And not only that, go after your boyfriend. Because what about the the clickbait articles that came out about you when you were crying about bullying.
When my relationship went public, my biggest nightmares came true. Online bullying was at an all-time high. Gender speculation, body shaming. I felt attacked from all angles, and it just, as a person, it broke my soul. So I published a statement saying bullying is far too normalized now. Like it's sickening.
I wasn't watching them, but I'm sure there were articles and little clickbait stuff about whatever they were bullying about, your looks and everything else. So you trying to get sympathy when it affects you, but you don't think about that for everyone else, because you all high and mighty in your confessional laughing like, oh, well, I might have been wrong, but blah, 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 blah.
In the room, you say it might be clickbait.
It might be clickbait that 1,000 things. There's mites to everything. Everything in this world, nothing is certain except life and death and taxes.
Is it possible that you were wrong about Tegan?
It's possible I was wrong. It's also possible I was wrong about Micah. It's also possible I'm wrong about being a blonde. It's also possible I'm wrong that I'm not the mayor. Yeah, anything's possible.
The people that were coming at you might have been wrong too, but how would you feel if they were saying, we might be wrong about this, but whatever? So the thing is, your biggest issue is that you lie, and you spent this whole season mad at Barry and Mariah, mostly Barry, because you saying Barry called you a liar, which again, he ate you up when he figured out what it was, saying, I never called her a liar, but
I've never said that she's a liar. I've just noticed that she may have embellished the narrative. Then I just started to realize she's proven she's a liar.
So in true Plath fashion, because that's what you are at this point, you fit right in, which is why you found your way and lasted as long as you did. You deflect and then start talking about, well, I don't deserve to be cheated on and lied to.
Because we're on our way to therapy for him cheating, and he cheats, and I was worried that he would cheat on me with you because he's
Get the
had a
hell
weird...
out of here.
Why would Micah
How
cheat
disrespectful
on you with
to say
me?
that he would cheat on my girlfriend.
That doesn't even have anything to do with what's going on. And the fact that you are saying that, yes, no one deserves to be cheated on, but you took him back. You continue to date him. You continue to build a house with him, and you continue to film with him. If you're so upset about being cheated on, that's something you need to take up with him. Don't use that when it's convenient, because it has nothing to do with what's going on. And then Ethan has a valid point in saying you are literally accusing Micah of possibly cheating on you with his girlfriend. How does that make sense? The craziest part too is that your co-fangirly Tegan, who you were dragging and trashing, even afterwards, because I know they filmed the confessionals after, was still defending you and still had your back of saying,
I definitely feel for Veronica in this moment. I can't imagine being in a room where, you're feeling so attacked. I do think and know everything she said was a lie in one form or another, and I don't want to excuse that behavior, but I do give her grace and feel for her.
Even after you lying about her. And listen, I agree, because I saw someone else say it somewhere else about no one deserves to get ganged up on. That's true, but it goes, unfortunately, to what Kim said. You have literally lied and manipulated and did all this stuff to each and every person. So it's you being accountable. You fighting back and arguing back. Of course, they're going to fight back and argue back. Bad timing, we all just happen to be here. But if that's the case and you are so upset with Micah, don't want anything to do with him, why are you here? You fit right in with that family, because there is no accountability and there is no acknowledgement of what you did. Even Kim had to put her little teacher hat on and teach you about the common denominator. She didn't teach her kids about it, but she said, I'm gonna teach you, because if you look at it, everything that happened, not justifying the fight, not saying that should have happened, but you cannot ignore how you played a part in this, and you just see that as, so you're saying I control the hands of the people.
Veronica, you have manipulated everyone in this family, and then there's high feelings because of some of this stuff, and it ends up in a punch fight, and that's too bad, and that shouldn't have happened. But can you not see that you're at the root of all of that?
I mean, it could be that, or it could be the family dynamics. I don't think even not being there, causing a physical altercation.
Everyone else in the family gets along. You're the common denominator.
It is a sad day on earth when Kim Plath and Ethan Plath are making sense. And that is only because they're used to gaslighting, lying, taking no accountability. Because also, Kim, you could have used that same analogy that you used when it came to Olivia and how you were the common denominator of the issues that she had with you, Ethan had with you, Micah had with you, Mariah had with you, your ex-husband had with you. Because y'all didn't have a cult meeting when Olivia was in the picture to hold you accountable and point out how your lack of accountability was the root of the hatred and rebellion of Ethan not wanting to see that lady.
I don't want that lady on my property.
And that same little common sense that you had for the brief few seconds to see how you were the common denominator when it came to Olivia, Ethan, Micah, Mariah, all. So you could have used that advice, which is why I'm like, that's why they're clocking you, because they do the exact same things. So you picked the wrong family. After all this victim playing and bouncing from I hate y'all to but I'm a victim here and I'm being attacked.
I'm getting attacked.
Like the drama. Rightfully so.
Veronica, the reason you're getting attacked is because you have attacked every one
Every
of
single
us.
person here. Amber, Kaylin, Isaac, my mom, Ethan, Tegan.
I have yelled at
Even people that are not here.
Veronica's not going to change. This is going nowhere.
That's right. She's
I
gonna
think-
be right.
I think we need to leave, go back to Boca, and we are done.
Micah, I'll come down and help you pack.
Micah finally realizes that he has to make a decision, stay with his girlfriend and continue to play this role that he's doing for the show, or choose his family. And so he kind of just saying like, we got to go back, but we done. And so Isaac's like all happy because one thing about Isaac, it's not family pride, it's family delusion. That's the thing that I see him get the most angry about when people come after his family. But again, sir, Kim should have taught you, but you also could have took out a little notebook when she was finally teaching it to Veronica about the common denominator.
You're the common denominator.
It's not an everybody thing. Yeah, you get some wild cards and some cuckoos like Veronica, but even still, you gotta do the average here and see y'all are the common denominator. So you might need to do some searching within as opposed to just piping up at someone coming in and calling your family out. So, but anyway, he tells Micah, look, I will come and help you pack. Hopefully this will be a great repayment for the little bop I gave you.
So I got a couple stitches last night.
I'll help you pack and move. And then Satanic Ethan, the only analogy he can give, of course, has to do with fire.
You put gasoline on a wooden bridge and lit a match and threw it on there and then said, oh, poor me, I can't cross.
Maybe I did.
Sarah going somewhere. And then he has the nerve to say...
Veronica, you probably don't see it because you are incapable of understanding this, but you missed out on a good family.
You did.
Yeah.
Amen.
Honestly, though.
And this is when, if I was Veronica, I would have had to laugh. I couldn't even hold it in. Good family. Where? Sir, see, that whole house is crazy, Veronica included. So they all get up and go into the kitchen to try to help Micah figure things out because he's about to be homeless. He ain't got nowhere to go.
Car?
If you ride back in the same car, I think you should at least have one of us with you.
Take Isaac with you.
They over here saying, y'all might need to take Isaac just in case he need to bop. Let me stop.
So I got a couple stitches last night.
Not her though, I'm not saying with her. So they trying to figure out like a ride, and Veronica is sitting here with her little sob story, and the producer's like, girl, you okay?
Are you okay?
And so she goes on like, I don't deserve to be cheated on, and
I deserve more than to get cheated on. I deserve more than to get lied about. I guess when they went low, I went lower.
Not by me. I was 100% on your side up until this morning when I found out you were calling me names behind my back. And then I can't do that.
I didn't realize Kim was in the same room with her still, and she's like, hold on, not...
Not by me.
First of all, if you don't deserve that, why are you here?
The cows didn't need your damn support. They're fat enough as they are. That's all you did is hang out there in the mud feeding cows.
Why have you been here for this long? Y'all were talking about the cheating in episode 1, which was before cameras started rolling. So why are you still filming with him? Why are you building a house with him? Why? And so that's when like Kim fully calls you out and say, girl, I was on your side until I heard you were saying stuff about me I guess somebody told her outside before they started filming, and she already pulled the receipts out on you in the last episode. So it's like, Kim kind of ate you up. You sitting here with this little pity party is not going to work. And Kim is like, girl, you could have joined our cult. Like, we all are evil. We all lie. We all manipulate. And you could have joined us, yet you didn't.
I just want you to see that's why your relationship with this family failed, because you didn't let us in, not because we didn't let you in.
I let you guys in.
No, you didn't. Not by calling us names and backstabbing us.
But don't say I didn't give you the little satanic robe. Don't say I didn't get your sizes and try to get you to join and get your paperwork and all the approved stuff. Don't say I didn't do that. You just flipped the script. And it's not like you flipped the script to go to the right side. You flipped the script to go to an even crazier side. Kim is pretty much reading you down, and then you take a page from the Micah Plath book of acting with this, I'm sorry for hurting you.
I'm so sorry for what I put you through.
Girl, that was the same I'm sorry for hurting you Micah gave you in episode, 1 or 2? That's what you learned from this relationship. And it's so funny because Kim ate you up with the response. I'm sorry, and I hate to say it, but...
I appreciate the words. I don't really believe it. Maybe it's genuine and maybe it's not. I don't know.
Fair.
I've seen and heard enough today to know that I don't really want anything further to do with you.
Ditto.
She must have had a little shot before sitting down, because she ate you up with that of like, yeah, those are words, and I don't believe it, because at this point you are displaying, not saying they are not displaying it, they've been displaying it for 7 seasons, but you are displaying manic behavior and you are displaying bipolarism. I don't even know if that's a word, but anyway, you are just on one hand saying I hate y'all, but then the other hand like, oh, I'm so sorry, to where, girl, you out crazy the Plaths. And she thought she was really doing something. She thought she was doing her big one when she was in her little confession talking about, so what if I did? And they do the flashback of all the chaos that she caused, to where she's trying to say like she purposely did it.
Maybe I did sabotage it at the end. Maybe I was so tired of this messed up family and this toxic relationship that I said, add the catalyst. So what if I did?
I feel like I'm in chemistry class, like mixing things together.
I could know that we talked at all.
No, I know this will go bad. I don't think it's normal to look up your brother's girlfriend's naked photos.
I was scared to be alone because I thought alone was the worst thing.
They didn't even have to do a flashback, and she didn't even have to admit it. It was easy to pick up on. The first time was after that phone call with Olivia, but I gave you a little bit of grace. But then the second and final time was when we saw you over here bullying Zach too. So there's no need for this aha, because guess what? You still look crazy. You still look crazy, and you look crazier than them, which I don't even know how someone could achieve that level of crazy. Kim's like, okay, girl, well, nice knowing you.
Nice knowing you, Veronica.
Too shy.
And Ethan and Isaac go with Micah to get his stuff to come back, because like they said earlier, y'all need to take Isaac just in case anything goes down, because y'all know he bop bop.
So I got a couple stitches last night.
We get this little montage that pretty much producers took her to a hotel, Veronica flew home, and then Micah came with the police. Like, I thought you had your brothers. You got one that's so macho, like a rugged man.
Ethan is very much a, like rugged, man's man. Zach maybe is just not as macho.
And then you got the other one that proved to you he know how to fight firsthand, well, first elbow.
So I got a couple stitches last night.
I guess the elbow is just a little bit harder than the fist. That's why I didn't need any stitches or anything.
So what you calling the police for? He gets his stuff, and then Micah says, like, I broke down and cried, and
After, started going through the garage and getting the last of my stuff, it really hit me. I mean, I just broke down. I couldn't help it. And she broke down. She was like, why? Just tell me you never loved me. And you close her that way. And I was like, I can't tell you that. I loved you very much. I never loved anyone like I loved you. Never had a relationship like this.
That was the final act of his role of a boyfriend to a girl, yeah. Micah talking about, I cried because I've never had a relationship like this before. We know. Trust me, we know. And he's moving back to the little family farm with Barry because he ain't got nowhere else to go. He can go back to West Hollywood. I'm sure you can find some couches to surf on again. But then they do this little burning ritual, which I'm like, y'all are not beating these allegations of y'all been satanic people. A, because of your actions, but then B, at the proposal, you lighting stuff on fire, making analogies of lighting things on fire. Now you literally burning... Sir.
Tonight, we're doing a controlled burn at the farm, and it will be a humongous cloud of smoke, and it'll look like a disaster.
I'm just gonna make sure it doesn't get close to the woods.
But a controlled burn will prevent a more devastating fire later on.
But then Ethan is like, she's saying that we abandoned her on the side of the road, we are harming animals, and then incest, which...
She's accused my family of abusing animals, which is not true. She's accused my family of incest, which is absolutely not true.
A lot, if not all of the allegations that people have against you, you make it impossible to build a case that what they're saying are lies. Because Veronica's out the picture, Olivia isn't a normal cast member, and old lady Lydia and Zach are on their honeymoon, they don't have nothing to talk about. So Kim invites Ethan over, or he's up wherever, and they're just smoking cigars now.
You have to teach me how to smoke one.
Whoa.
We've had a pretty chaotic couple of days here at the farm.
And it's like, oh, what a week it's been. We got to recap because y'all don't have anything else to do or to talk about if you aren't bullying someone. And the 3 people you bully are now gone. The reason why I'm like, you are making it hard to beat these incest rumors, allegedly, is because why are you sitting here making a sexual joke with your son talking about, oh, just the tip?
Any tips for biting it off? Like
Just the very tip.
just the tip?
Just the very tip.
That's what she said.
Not that much.
Girl, I would never make that type of joke with my mom, and she would never make that type of joke with me. But then not only that, you sitting on the phone when y'all call Zach and old lady Lydia talking about how was last night and digging all into if they...
How did the deed go down? How'd it go? Was it as good as he thought? Lydia, be truthful.
How are you guys doing? What are you guys up to?
Why would you ask her that and then talking about be truthful, be truthful? First of all, that is old lady Lydia. And even like I said in the beginning, I know not to cross that line if she don't want to go there or even just saying anything about it. But for her brother and her mom to be pressing her over this information and details is very gross. But then Ethan goes on and then tells Zach, who you accuse of being so gay in the beginning.
I think he's gay.
You talking about make sure you cream those puffs?
Zach, do me a favor. Make sure you fill those croissants with cream.
How do you expect us not to believe those rumors when you sitting here doing this? Not to even mention how Kim is always drinking and smoking with Ethan, and that's when those sexual jokes come up. But then the way that she just defend him and talk about him, when she in this episode when she was talking to Barry, he was talking about the change, and before he could even get a word out, you're like happy
where he's changed. He's become more like
The happy guy.
And then in the earlier episode, when you were handing him that little raggedy quilt, you talking about how I just love Ethan. Like, I love all my children.
I love Ethan. I love all my kids, but Ethan, it's extra special.
We didn't forget that. So it's just like all of this is very sus. What is the point of any more of this season or any more of this episode? Because Zach and old lady Lydia are gone on their honeymoon, so you can't bully them. Veronica's now officially out the picture. Olivia's not in the picture, and we know they have their sit down later, and that's the last time she said she will be on camera for this show. So y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about. And then y'all did what I figured y'all would do, talk about Olivia. Ethan's apologizing for the past and how he went along with Olivia. And so now after reading and educating himself, he's a much better person. Yeah, A, I don't believe you educated yourself, but B, I know you need to educate yourself because you aren't educated.
I've felt that way literally since I was 13. I felt behind in life.
And I feel like at the end of the day, that was Kim's plan from the beginning, her homeschooling plan of just keeping y'all so engulfed with family and shoving that down your throat to where you always have to come back. And that's that next level manipulation. It even goes back to season 1, how she was saying she didn't want them to go to school because that's the only place where you would be in one place with children the same age, aka other people. And she called it like unnatural or something.
Lifestyle that we have set up for the children is very natural and simple compared to what I think is the average, where children are shuttled off to school and then soccer practice and this and that and lessons and homework and, you know, and they're so busy all day long that they don't have time to think. One of the reasons I wanted to homeschool was because taking everybody that's 13 years old and putting them all in a room together, and these are the your peers that you're going to learn with. That's unnatural. That the school years are the only time in life that happens.
So that's why I'm like, Kim is the master manipulator, and it goes all the way back to her wanting to homeschool them. And by just making the only social life their siblings, that's where they feel like that's all they have. And yes, it's great to have a family dynamic, but you took it to the extreme, so that way you can never be in the wrong. And that's why you're never accountable for your actions and play the victim all the time, because you taught them and you programmed them to always forgive you and to always forgive family, which goes to why Isaac always pipes up when it's like someone's attacking my family or someone did this at my family. You know, he'll bop Micah.
So I got a couple stitches last night.
But, you know, let someone else say something about his family. And to me, it's not even the I'm gonna defend my family like any normal person would. It's a very intense, like, they are never wrong. They cannot be wrong. So that's why Kim re-brainwashed them of saying, see, Olivia manipulated you. Olivia did this, because if ever she said we were wrong, that's not what I taught you. So that's why it's so many years later, and he's still sitting here apologizing about the same thing when he was the one that said that lady.
I don't want that lady on my property.
Even the driveway, Kim tries to spin it to make it seem like it was Olivia. So girl, find you something else to talk about, something to do. I'm sure you can pick up a few shifts because you probably need it at Table for Two.
What can I do for you?
You have a table for 2 people?
Sure. There you go.
Thank you.
Focus your energy on that and leave Olivia's name out of your mouth. Now Kim lets us know she is finally fully divorced. They had to get a mediator because Bear was like, look, you ain't about to scam me for all this money. So they finally got a mediator and they signed the paperwork, so they are officially divorced.
I'm here at Ken Wine in Thomasville. Barry and I finally came to an agreement, signed, notarized, done just a couple days ago. And we are officially divorced.
Barry's on the market, Kim is on the market, and she will stay on the market. So now she wants to celebrate, and because she has no friends, the only person she can celebrate with is her ex-husband, Barry, which I'm sure he did not want to do this.
I'm just so relieved. I'm like, oh boy.
And they go to the only place she can meet, which is a wine shop with some alcohol. Girl.
So what are you drinking?
I was hoping you'd buy me a drink.
Oh, well, what do you want?
White wine. I prefer a bottle. If you want to be stingy, you can get me a glass, but otherwise get me the bottle.
No. I'll do that. Bottoms up, girl.
Okay, thank you.
So the place is called Ken Wine.
I'm here at Ken Wine in Thomasville.
But I'm sure she was drunk when she looked it up and thought it was Kim Wine. And was like, oh, yay. Because we know it's not Kim's dance studio. She's just ready to drink and turn up because that's her way of celebrating.
Just drink however much you can.
And she gets a glass of wine. Barry gets a non-alcoholic drink.
Alice or Alice. And then here's your non-alcoholic spritz.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I absolutely love that. Not saying he doesn't drink, because he had a little cider, I think, or something with Mariah. And he could be a big drunk. I love how he does the complete opposite of Kim and make her look like a fool, because she's over here. She got the nerve to talk about, I wanted you to buy me a bottle, but if you want to be stingy, I'll take a glass. A girl, girl, did you not learn your lesson? Barry's like, I'm not drinking. It's just you. And we drove here. So, girl, obviously you didn't learn your lesson. You just so focused on the bottle. This is why he didn't call you after the DUI and check in to see if you're okay, because he knows. He already know. If I was him, I would feel justified in not calling her, because she sure wanted to play this little sob story walking around at the restaurant talking about he didn't check in and just say like, are you okay? He already knew the answer to that. You're not okay, and you still gonna do what you do best, which is drink. So she's talking about this her mini divorce party, but she's gonna get her girlfriends together. Girl.
This is my mini divorce party right now, but sometime I'll get my girlfriends together and we'll plan something fun.
Show us one. Show us a friend, because we have yet to see one, and I don't believe it. She's talking about the arrangement and how she wants to live in like a camper or something on the property and have one of the boys, if not all of them, to build a house on the property so she can be close to them.
I'll be moving to one of our properties in Cairo, and Kim will be doing whatever she has planned to do.
I like the idea of me living out on the farm, like in a camper or something, and, you know, Ethan and or Micah and or Isaac building and living on the property, you know.
These are grown men, and I know they act like little boys and that's how you program them, but these are grown men who are dating and maybe will get married if some unfortunate woman or guy come into the picture. But why are you that? Again, that's why I'm like, you are not beating these allegations, because that's too much. Barry's like, I'm just gonna go to another property that I'm sure he only owns. I'm gonna live in a house and I will visit my kids and spend time with them. You just trying to smother them and just be all up under them. Like, girl. And even at your divorce party, the only thing you gotta talk about again is Olivia.
Thing is, just a few short years ago, we were standing in the driveway and that whole incident went down.
Mhm.
So that's quite a...
And that was all Olivia driven.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Ethan went along with it, but he really didn't. He was trying to save his marriage, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable, and I see how that was. So, but it's just kind of a big change.
Oh, yeah,
to
definitely.
now, where he's changed, become more like
the happy guy.
This is why this show needs to end, and it should not come back, because there is nothing else for y'all to talk about. You don't have any hobbies, you don't have any friends, you don't have any internal drama. Your whole family's perfect. Y'all ain't got no problem with each other, apparently. So what else is there to talk about? Why are you sitting here at your divorce party talking about Olivia and bringing up the whole driveway situation? I know Barry was talking about how Ethan is in a different place, but Kim just uses her regular tactic of like, oh, well, that was all driven by Olivia. Nah, girl. Ethan wanted to do that because Ethan didn't want to see that lady.
I don't want that lady on my property.
So why are you putting that on Olivia and talking about she manipulated him? And then in the same breath saying that he was trying to save his marriage. Hello, of course. So him trying to save his marriage and being that you are the catalyst of the problem in his marriage.
You're the common denominator.
And he's trying to fix that and confront that. Just because it's you, it's a bad thing. It's laughable to me. You sitting here trying to shade him and wrong Olivia for Ethan saving his marriage when you sitting here across from your now ex-husband because your marriage failed and you don't have any friends or partners, which is why that's the only person you have to hang around. And I'm sure for him, it's just a pity hang around of like, this is the finale. I guess I'll film this. You going on, and then Barry's like, well, I gotta go.
I think a lot of that was driven by Olivia.
Yeah. Well, it was good having this last talk with you.
And you still just talking about this bottle of wine.
I will be in touch.
Did you get me a glass or a bottle?
Yeah, there's a bottle there for you.
Okay.
Which was hilarious to me when you went up to the counter saying that, oh, he bought me a bottle. She's like, ma'am, it's just you in this restaurant. But also she looking crazy because come to find out, he didn't even buy it.
I was told you have the rest of a bottle for me.
So he didn't actually buy me a bottle.
And Barry probably knew she was wasted because she's just sitting here talking about Olivia and blaming Olivia on everything. Why is that your just go-to complaint? And then what really would have proved to me that, yeah, you are beyond your limit was you had the nerve to say you were positive the kids had a great upbringing and a great life.
I think the kids all recognize that they had a really fun childhood growing up.
You can overcome negativity in the long run.
Yeah.
And come out on top.
I think a lot of that was driven by Olivia.
Yeah. Well, it was good having this last talk.
Ma'am, they all literally sat you down, except Isaac and the little girls, at least on camera. But they all literally sat you down and told you verbatim they didn't have a great upbringing.
I mean, I don't see that we did a really, really horrible job.
None of us have a diploma. We all have to get our GEDs if we're going to do anything with our lives.
The issues that I've always had with you and with Dad have been schooling, dating, and the right and the wrong way to go about that.
Yeah.
But phase you were extremely relaxed as far as the amount of effort you put into schooling kids. I've felt that way literally since I was 13. I felt behind in life.
From education to cult behavior to keeping them from reality and the real world and things that they need to know how to survive. Horrible upbringing. Also, not to mention them losing their little brother due to you. So what great upbringing is that? I would have just did what Barry did too and got up and walked away, because you saying this and this is just from a glass of wine and you want a bottle of wine? No, ma'am. He's like, yeah, we will be seeing another mugshot. Did we ever see her mugshot? So then we finally see Olivia Tubman, which I am so happy to see her. But I said before, I hate that it's at the expense of dealing with some BS from the Plaths. She's here because she's working and got a job in Georgia, and Ethan wants to meet up so they can try to finalize the divorce. Because just like he is saying, I don't want to be married to her, guess what? Her and no one else want to be married to you either. So we on the same page when it comes to that. She says she moved to Washington, D.C., lived on her own, and then now her and her new man, Brendan, moved in together, which, period.
Lived on my own for a bit, and then afterwards, Brendan and I signed a lease on a townhome together and moved in. And yeah, I'm so happy.
And I know she's happy because she no longer has to raise a man. She no longer has to teach a man how to open a wine bottle.
Man, this is tough. I have a feeling like I'm gonna spill this everywhere.
Just be really, really, really careful. Go really, really slow.
I don't see a cork moving.
If only it was as easy to pop the champagne. Excuse me.
The cork rip. Well, this is not good. This is my first time opening up a wine bottle.
Going like a little more to the side.
Like here?
Yeah.
I'm getting it. If I shake it first, will that help? I think he's gay.
She no longer has to teach a man what a Coca-Cola is.
By the time I was 20 years old, I had never had a Coke before. I really had no idea what it would taste like. This is my first Coke. That's really good. I think he's gay.
She no longer has to teach a man what the TV show Friends is.
Olivia has introduced me to some TV shows. She watched more TV growing up than I did. We didn't ever watch TV shows. One of the big ones that we've been watching lately is Friends. It's a really funny one. I like that. Ross is a little monkey, and I think my favorite actor in Friends would be Chandler. I think he's gay.
She no longer has to teach a man how to work out and get some muscles.
It's not supposed to clash like that. You send this to Mike and be like, Ethan's working out.
I think he's gay.
She no longer has to teach a man how to drink some whiskey and not just go for all these little fruity cocktails.
I'm getting some of this.
Well, have you ever tried whiskey?
I don't think so. I think I've got plenty to get me an overhang. Here goes to nothing. That is good. I like sweeter drinks. I like cocktails and stuff like that. I think he's gay.
So I'm just like, period. She explains that, of course, Ethan blocked her and, you know, they just been going back and forth with this divorce. But then a year and a half later, randomly, he unblocked her and then was just like urgently trying to get her to get divorced.
I was traveling overseas at that moment, and I was like, listen, I will deal with this in a hot minute. Like, you made me wait a year and a half. I am not bending over backwards to make this happen right now for you. I learned that same day, that was the day he posted his new girlfriend online.
Yeah.
So she's like, look, I'm out of the country. I'm working. 2 things you don't know about. So I'm not about to be rushed to be on your timeline when you didn't give me that grace. Talk to my assistant and we can squeeze this into my calendar.
Let me know if you would like for me to link you with my assistant to book an appointment this week.
Ooh!
So then Ethan is an hour late, texting all these different ETAs.
Ethan and I said we'd meet at 4 at the hotel here. He just texted me and said, I'll be there at 5 p.m.
To where he finally pulls up 2 hours late in his little raggedy car and then want to just act like, oh, sorry, I had some other stuff to do.
Ethan's here.
You could have explained that way earlier. Not only is it rude to Olivia, which I'm sure that's what you were doing and don't care about her feelings, and not to say you care about these people's feelings, but it's also rude to production because I worked on set once and luckily we didn't have to wait that long for someone, but even still, the filming time and the time there is already a lot before and after filming and breaking down and going home. So the fact that you are not only making her wait, but production wait 2 hours, no.
Why are you so late?
I had stuff to do.
2 hours late?
But I'm not surprised because that's the type of person you are. You cannot convince me that you had something so important to do because you pulling up in your raggedy car, same little outfit that you wear all the time this whole season. That's it, and you too busy to sit down and deal with this divorce that you want done so bad. I'm here and you late. But then also the energy he's sitting down with talking about, I got you.
Thank you for meeting me here. I got 2 things to say to you. When can we finalize everything?
If I was Olivia, I'd be like, sir, I got 2 words for you.
We got 2 words for you.
And I would have walked on out, but you know, she is classier than that. He's over here talking about if you just call my attorney, then he can handle everything free of charge. And she's like, yeah, because I ain't paying for nothing anyway. Sir, I would not trust your attorney to handle anything that has to do with me. Anyone that is willing to work for you, no ma'am. I got my own attorney and we will be handling that. There is no reason for anyone, especially Olivia, to trust you. She pushes back and was just like, look, I am not about to be on your timeline and be rushed. And even how he's talking like the look.
All that you had to do was just talk to my attorney, and I didn't know why you weren't.
Yeah, well, I was overseas when you guys were trying to contact me originally.
Look, I am not arguing with you over the details of the divorce. All I'm saying is, I have everything lined up. Let's do it.
You made me wait a year and a half. You can at least be polite about asking.
I asked you politely in every way. I'm not apologizing for any of it.
That's the real Ethan coming out. He can't even hide it anymore. And the crazy part about it is she's not even over here fighting about money and this and the other. She will do what she has to do to be done. All she asked several times was just to be nice and just to give her some grace, just to be a decent human being. I know that is so hard for you, but can you just pretend? Read some chapters from Micah's book of acting and
I promise this will be painless. I'd hate to hear your painful questions.
It won't get you anywhere near acting level, but you can at least try. Try to be nice. Try to be a decent person when speaking to me, but he can't even do that. Then he goes on to say, well, the other thing, can you stop trashing my family online because what you saying is slander?
Will you please stop slandering, disrespecting my family in public for things, whether you perceive them to be true or not? Please stop.
No, it's not slander.
No, it is slander.
Me talking about my life and my experiences is not slander.
We know Kim raised you and taught you, and we already know you had complaints about your childhood. And she even said herself that all she let y'all do was play with cars and stuff like that.
Ethan was passionate about cars. He was not wanting to sit down in front of a computer. So I feel like I set him up for success in what he was passionate about, which is fixing old cars. Getting you to do anything in a book was like pulling your toenails out, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
just wanted to be in the barn building.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I was a kid.
Yeah.
As a parent, that's your responsibility. And when I have kids someday, I'm sure they're going to hate schoolwork. But I mean, when it came down to schooling, I don't know. I just felt like you really, really fell short.
I know you don't know what the word slander means. If you look it up, it's making a false statement damaging to a person's reputation. First of all, your reputation is already trash, so that's why anything, true or false, would not be considered slander, because your reputation cannot get any more damage. But also, everything that she posted were receipts and were recordings of you. So how is that slander? And he is doing this manipulating thing in the interview, talking about she is just like Veronica. I thought Olivia was more tactful.
Olivia seems to coming closer and closer to what Veronica is, and that's a sad reality. I thought Olivia was more tactful. I thought, she wouldn't just outright lie about things like Veronica. They're both liars.
All season long, you and your family, when y'all thought Veronica was good with y'all, and the only female that y'all got beef with was Olivia. Olivia was the blueprint for manipulation, lies, all of the above. But now you like, oh, I thought she was more tactful. Really? Like, you can't even keep up with your lies at this point. So you're over here trying to plead with her about, please stop saying this about my family. But oh, now you know how to be nice and say please, and you want her to give you grace and be nice to you when she literally just asks you, can you just be nice when you speak to me and understand the timeline? And you were like, I ain't gonna apologize for that. So guess what? She ain't gonna apologize for all the truth that she said about you. And then Olivia Tubman makes the perfect statement in her confessional about, all y'all do is talk about me. All y'all do is trash me.
They feel free to talk about what they think of me, but they don't want me to do the same for them because it doesn't reflect well on them. And I think that if people want to be talked about more warmly, they should have treated others better.
And cut to Kim, less than a mile away, drunk, still talking about Olivia. So it's just like, is that slander? Kim ain't bringing no receipts. At least Olivia is. What y'all are doing is slander, making false statements that is damaging to a person's reputation. And Olivia does have a great reputation. Show us receipts of Olivia cussing out Ethan and calling him all types of slurs and stuff like that, which, would I say that would be a bad thing? No. Let me stop. But show us receipts of her manipulating him and dogging him out and all this stuff. A, I would like to see it. But B, show us the proof of what you're saying she did. Because without that, what y'all are doing, that's slander. Because he's not going to get his way, guess what? He just storms off with his little tight booty.
I can't not talk about your family if I want to talk about my life.
Very well. Do what you want. I've asked you. That's all I can do. You don't have to be friends with all your...
And Olivia's just like, I already knew that. I already knew that was coming. That is true Ethan Plath. Then he want to go on in his little confessional talking about, she's making all these posts on social media. We have never made a post about her or anything like that.
Me and my family have not spoken out on social media, the internet, whatever, about anything that Veronica or Olivia have been saying. For one, I think their actions very low, it's very dirty. It's definitely not following the golden rule. I'm very confident if we did, it would literally start a he said, she said social media war.
I just started season 5, and literally at the beginning, you guys, and I'll take you out of it because at that time you weren't a part of the statement, but Micah, even old lady Lydia, Mariah, y'all did a joint statement pretty much trying to debunk and say Olivia is lying about the scams that Kim was trying to sign.
There's been a lot of things
said about you guys, misunderstood about you guys.
I personally want to do my part in making things right.
The thing with the credit card, that story that she told, the way I see that is she was using basically a made-up story to validate her big emotion.
When you two and Lydia and Isaac got together and came up with a group statement and posted it online on my behalf, I cried really hard. That made me feel so good.
There you go. Lying. So that's the end of the Plaths, and I pray to God that is the last that we ever see of them on TV, because there is no need for another season of this show. They don't got nothing else to talk about. I don't want to see what they got going on, because it's nothing, and it's just they're awful, horrible people. If anything, give Amber her spinoff of her escaping the Plathville. This whole family, y'all need some Jesus in your life, but y'all had the opportunity and blew it. So I hope the closest thing to Jesus, which is old lady Lydia and her man, old man Zach, I pray they are far, far away from y'all. And given how she responded to what y'all had to say about her man, I'm sure that will be the case. That's all I got. I do want to do a breakdown of, I'm deciding if I want to do it per season or like per person. I'm up on season 5 right now, so I kind of started to go back to pull like receipts and things to back up what I'm saying, because there's so many layers, especially how they contradict and lie now. It's easy and definitely enjoyable to pull receipts to show and demonstrate how much they lie. So that's what I'm working on now. So hopefully soon I'll have that a bit organized. I didn't do this season, but season 1 through 5, I'm currently watching 5 right now, is on my Patreon along with several other shows too. Join me over there. You can subscribe for free. Some episodes and shows are available for the free tier, and if you use code YouTube, it will get you 50% off the first month, which is already a low price anyway. So just another way to support me as well as see some of these crazy shows with me. Happy finale day, happy series finale day, hopefully, and I will see you guys soon. And whether this is the end of the season or the series, you still will be seeing more of me dragging that family, because it's therapy to me at this point.